So, you ever just think of going out with your friends or getting in trouble or just being a rebellious teen and then you realize, oh wait, I have African parents. Well, hello there guys. I know it has been quite a long time since I've like actually introduced myself and just sat down and recorded a video, but stick to the end because we'll be having a little chit chat about it. But before that, let's just get straight into the topic of today's video, and that is the strict parent of color stereotype. I feel like not enough people are like talking about this in the commentary community, so I'll just step in and do that because it's quite an interesting topic that we see in a lot of different communities of people of color, not just in the black community, the Asian community, the Latinx community. I think it's one of those strange, funny things that we all share as people of color. But before that, quick disclaimer before I even begin talking about this is that wait, I was gonna name this video originally Strict Ethnic Parents, and I was like, wait, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense because ethnic is too general. I meant specifically ethnic minorities, but it sounds too long, so just people of color will just have to do. And disclaimer number 2 is that I just want to remind you guys that these are stereotypes. I'm not expecting every single person of colored's parents in the world to be this strict. And then also, strictness comes in varying degrees and then is also kind of subjective. So, like, what I would call strict, maybe one of my friends would call lenient or vice versa. So, just keep that in mind as we go through the video. And then, like, obviously, I'm not expecting every single white parent in the world to be the most lenient parent ever. In fact, obviously, it can be the opposite. Just wanted to clarify that before we begin. But anyways, let's first discuss where does this stereotype come from. So breaking it down, the tiger parent stereotype is specifically used for East Asian parents, specifically Chinese parents, but the term is sometimes used to describe strict Asian parents in general, but not only those of East Asian descent. I tried my best online to look up any sort of term that was created for Latinx or Black parents, but I couldn't find any specific one. But I feel like it's just one of the things that we all, I guess, mutually relate to. Like, I don't know, like, you know, there's comedy TikToks and like just talking to your friends in general. I feel like it's something that a lot of people are able to relate to, which is another reason why I wanted to do this video. I really had to think back to answer the question of where they originate from. And then again, this one can be quite arguable because you could say it originated when immigrants came over to the West, and then all of a sudden it was this huge cultural difference between the West and the East. And then you could also say that it just originated within the culture itself and then was more just, I guess, exemplified because of immigration. And to be honest, I'd probably go with the one where like it already originated within the culture, but immigration exemplified it. If your parents have risked everything to come to the West, and then it's like your parents are basically telling you like don't mess this up, if you know what I'm saying. And I feel like this strictness is all because like our parents just genuinely want us to have the best future for us, even if that can be in, I don't know, more extreme ways than others. And it's sort of like them putting their all just so that their children can have a better future. And the strictness is just them being like, don't mess this chance up. Like, don't mess up the one chance you have at having a good life. And then not only is immigration of like our parents being like, obviously don't mess up the chance that you've been given, like what seems to be the origin, I guess, of the strictness culture. And then also it just coming from the culture in general. It could also be that it could have just made it more apparent when there started to be more immigrants, because it's like you and your friends of color comparing the lifestyle that your white friends have, and it's like your white friends are like, hey, let's do this, let's go do that, let's hang out after school, let's go get in trouble, and then you're like, I can't do that because there will be severe consequences. Let's talk about the downsides of having strict parents. Number one, which is quite an obvious one actually, is less freedom. So this one could also technically be a benefit at the same time, but from our perspective, it's a con, not a pro. But maybe in the future we'll be looking back at it as a pro. Let me just quickly discuss this one. Less freedom means that we're less likely to get ourselves into dangerous situations, but it also means that we may not have enjoyed our childhood to the full extent that we could have. And then again, like, I'm not trying to tell our parents to do anything crazy. Hi, mom, dad, I know you're watching this. Hi. But it's sort of like there's this strictness scale, and I think we just need to look at things from this scale, if I'm making any sort of sense at all at the moment. Less freedom, I guess, is a con. And I guess it could just lead to you not getting to experience everything that you wanted to in your childhood. And number two, more pressure. More pressure. I think this goes back to the whole, your parents came here, risked everything, and now they're like, don't mess this up. Like, don't mess this up. And I think in my family, of course, there's obviously some sort of pressure, but I don't feel like it's that bad as it is in my head. Because I feel like my parents have just trained me to be strict to myself. So I feel like I end up being more strict on myself when it comes to pressure, to do with academia specifically. And then it's like, my parents are actually telling me to chill, which is like, huh? What? I wasn't expecting that. But then for people in other households, the whole pressure thing might be more exemplified. Then again, I think it just depends on how westernized your parents are, like how... Should I use the word modernized? I don't think it's appropriate to use the word modernized, just westernized, I guess, because anyway. And like pressure when it comes to, and like just pressure, but specifically academia is a huge one. The pressure that our parents might put on us to do well in school and to, you know, be the best that we can be. But anyways, moving on to number 3, FOMO. This one is a big one. And this kind of goes back to number 1, but specifically in the context of other people. And like, so it's you missing out on things that your other friends get to do. And it's just... I just want to be there and do that. Come on. Well, this is obviously from a child's perspective. Then again, obviously, I could be preventing myself from being in dangerous situations, and you know, a bit of FOMO, let's just say, is better than getting kidnapped. FOMO. Oh, I don't even think I explained this one properly. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. If any of you didn't quite catch that. And it's a funny one. And like at the end of the day, most of the experiences that we have as kids that we may be denied of because of the strictness of our parents will probably be bestowed onto us once we have the freedom of an adult. And it's so funny because like hold on, it's like, you know how having strict parents just does something to you, where it's like you just adopt so many belief systems of your parents to the point where it's like, let me give you an example. So my dad never let me celebrate Halloween because, you know, he's Muslim and stuff. But and like when I was younger, I really wanted to celebrate it. And then growing up, I just can't even be asked. Like, even if I was given the freedom to celebrate Halloween right now, I feel like I wouldn't, just because I just can't be asked anymore. Like, I really wanted to celebrate it when I was younger, but now it's just, I don't really care. I don't really care, if I'm being honest, just because of, I guess, the way that my dad has trained my brain to be. And then number 4 is on a less lighthearted mood, because of all of these factors, the ones that we were talking about, less freedom, more pressure, FOMO, probably which one? Poor mental health regarding children of color when it comes to their relationship with their parents and you know, things like that. And we talked about this in our previous upload, which was if you're Gen Z and struggling with your mental health, click here. And in that video, we kind of sort of brushed upon having strict parents, I guess, because when you have this sort of relationship with your parent, you might find it harder to open up to them. And because you're finding it harder to open up to them, you may deal with a lot of these struggles by yourself. And then also, there's a really poor understanding of mental health when it comes to less Western communities of color. There is a really poor understanding at the moment, and therefore your parents may even discourage you from getting proper professional help if you need it, or they may not be emotionally available, or they may even be adding on to the pressure that you're already experiencing in your life. I feel as if it's very important to have these conversations within your family and like actually start to understand one another better so that we can get closer to, actually living a better life and having better, not just physical, but mental and emotional health as well. Now, let's talk about the benefits of having strict parents. The benefits. Now, we already kind of sort of talked about the first one, which was you're less likely to oh my days, you're less likely to die, I guess. I mean, because of the less freedom that you're given, you're less likely to get yourself into dangerous situations, which technically means that you're less likely to die. But then also that could kind of be a reverse one with like the poorer mental health one. So like, I don't know. I don't even really know. Moving on to the second one anyway, because I can't be asked to further explain that first one. You might become more smarter than your peers. I was actually talking about this with one of my other friends of color a few days ago about how the reason why she knows algebra is because of her dad like being really aggressive trying to teach her it while like shouting at her, and it was like the childhood trauma. I could probably say the same. Like that's the reason why I'm so good at reading and English and just even, I don't know, just languages in general at the moment, or just even just communication, YouTube. That's the reason why I'm good at this, is because oh my days, bringing back traumatic memories, bro. Bringing back traumatic memories. Like when I was really young, like the way my dad used to, obviously make me read. Reading is a good thing. Yeah, reading is a very good thing. But like the way I was being taught it, like, I love you, Dad. Okay, I know you're watching this. Love you, love you, love you. But like, oh my days, the way I was being taught this, the tears. I don't even think I need to like go in depth in explaining this one, because okay, if you're a person of color, you get it. Okay, it's either you get it or you don't get it, and I hope most of you guys get it. Moving on to the third point, I was really trying to crack my head to come up with more benefits, but I could really only come up with this many ones. So this is like a very specific scenario. Benefit number 3, let's just say some really annoying person that you don't like comes up to you and asks if you want to hang out after school or like do this and that, or like, you can just be like, oh no, I can't do that, I have strict parents. I've used this one before and it actually worked, but like, yeah, you can always use it if like someone that you don't like is trying to, hang out with you in your spare time. You can always just be like, no, I have strict parents, I can't be doing that. Now, like, the final thing that I wanted to discuss in this video before I magically disappear. Oh my god, are they doing fireworks outside? That's cool. Whoa, okay. It's only like October 18th. When is Halloween? When is Guy Fawkes? Anyway, so I wanted to talk about why are our parents so strict in the first place, which we kind of already talked about. Number one, the culture. I don't really know what it is about our culture in general that pardon me, makes us like this. Non-Western culture is more centered around respect. Respecting your elders. I don't know, but like, let's just say in non-Western cultures, there's very much an emphasis on respecting and listening to your elders, and as a result, that, I guess, discourages rebellious behavior, or like discourages not following what your parents are saying. Whereas in the West, it's like the opposite of that. It's like, obviously, actually no, let me not even say that, because it's some of you guys can be swearing at your parents. I know that I cannot relate. Some of you guys be swearing at your parents at the meek age of 12, at the meek age of 13. The proper beating the proper beating I get if I would do that. Oh my days, the disrespect. Okay, wait, let me stop now. So, the second reason was because of immigration. It's like, I've repeatedly said this, but it's like your parents have worked so hard to get to the place that they're in today. They want you to also adopt this mindset and to not mess up the chance that you've got at living a great life. And then also, third is just tough love, I guess. I don't really know why. If it's just part of the culture, it probably is, because God, that example. Imagine swearing at your parents. Are you okay? I would not be alive to see the next day, bro. Okay, let me just check my notes. Okay, that actually leads us to the end of the video. Surprisingly, my phone storage isn't that good. We have 3 minutes left on here. As expected, our little chit chat. I want to say don't expect more frequent uploads for me, because last time I said expect frequent uploads, and then I just didn't upload for a month. So it's like, I really don't want to jinx it, but you know what? Don't expect more frequent uploads, so that I can jinx that and then end up actually properly uploading. So I really hope I didn't just jinx what I just said. But anyway, I'm also going to be changing the video format. So like, I hope I'm actually going to stick to this and it doesn't just change in my mind. But I'll be uploading shorts more often. I'll actually be uploading shorts now. Because at first I didn't. Because I was like, what? No, I'm too cool for that. And then I was like, oh, this is actually attracting a lot more viewers on a lot of people's different channels. So let me just get into this. Maybe some dance covers. Yeah, maybe some K-pop dance covers. Also going to be doing some more singing over here as well, some more commentary. I'll be posting on my second channel more often. I'm going to re-upload that MCYT iceberg video onto there just because it's more suiting for the gaming concept. I want to do some more like Minecraft commentary related videos. Like there are some things that need to be said. There are some I have just so many ideas in my head. It's just a matter of like actually getting them onto the physical realm, if you know what I'm saying. Video format's probably going to be changing. Probably going to have like simpler titles and better edited thumbnails, or not edited thumbnails at all. How many minutes do I have left? Oh, I don't have that much time yet. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't have much storage left. This has been and will always be tharamichelle, and I am signing out now. So peace. Catch you guys soon. Woo. Wait a minute. Yeah, come on, subscribe please, innit? Oops.